everyone. Welcome to Spare Thoughts, episode 10. Our wonderful guest today is Heather Taylor, sitting here with us, and we're so glad that you joined us today. So I'm going to read your brief bio because you have such a great background. I don't want to mess it up. So Heather Taylor is boss lady and social media chick behind Glitter Girl Media, a boutique marketing agency that helps businesses stand out online and turn everyday moments with powerful marketing. She has a great background with advertising, marketing. She is my social media go-to person for all things expert, how to make the most of it. And then she also, we're going to talk a lot about what other things she does, but she's had lots of awards because of her background and efforts to actually help other people too, which is wonderful. She's gotten the Distinguished Marketing and Sales Award from the National Sales and Marketing Executives of Akron Canton, the Circle of Champions Lifetime Achievement Award from the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives, Social Media Impact Award from Smart Business Network, and the Women of the Community Award from the Medina County Women's Journal. So congratulations, that's awesome. She's also executive director of an organization she started called CLEO, which is Connect, Learn, Engage, Organize. I couldn't remember what the O was. I was telling my husband about it earlier, and I'm like, I forget what O is. I should know. Being an organizer, hello. It's a growing nonprofit women's networking and professional development organization. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more too, because it's amazing. But she loves coffee, another reason we're friends. And she loves concerts, maybe not the same music I like, but that's okay.
Too.
And she has a big boy cat, Miko. So welcome, and thank you so much for being here today. So we have our list of questions. So I think the first one, though, that was a lot I just read off. And we were talking about when we met. So Heather used to be with the Greater Akron Chamber of Commerce years ago, and I believe that's where we met. And I think we used to have these KNOW, which was the knowledgeable network of women lunches. And then, but you also did the GAB groups, which was Greater Akron Business Breakfast. Yes. And so lots of opportunities to always network, which I think is what is amazing about you. You're a connector, I think, most of all. But out of all the things you've done, and what's my question? Let's see. That was it. How do you decide, like, I'm going to go from here, I'm going to do that, and now I'm going to do this organization, and now I'm going to do my own business? How'd you kind of come to that?
I think just having that many experiences, I learned really quickly what I like, what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm somebody that if I don't like something, it's almost a nightmare to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had jobs in retail, I've had jobs in an office, I've had factory jobs, and I learned real quickly, factory not for me, retail hours not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to be more of a night owl. So I like to set my own hours, and pretty much the only way you can do that is start your own business.
Mm-hmm.
So I rock 10 a.m. like nobody's business, and we'll have no problem working till 4 a.m., but I don't want to do that 8 to 5 thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just jumping in with both feet and doing everything to determine what I actually like, what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of where I am today. I always tell people, it's kind of like if you've seen Slumdog Millionaire, everything that guy did prepared him for that next step and winning on the game show because of all the experiences he had. So if I had lived my life in a box, I may not know what I like or don't.
Right. And yeah. And I think the other thing we like is we're very, I don't know if we want to say that we're, what's the word? Would have too much ADHD.
ADHD for sure. And OCD on top of it, which is crazy. But
because we like to do many things, but and we've said before on this, and I've said to a lot of people, figure out what you can do best and stick with that, because you can't do everything.
Right.
That was smart. You took what you like to do, what you're good at, and you funneled it into a fantastic business. So
yeah, I definitely want to concentrate on my strengths. I don't want to get better at my weaknesses.
Yeah.
I let somebody else do those, because there are people who love all of those.
Right.
Let them do it. Let me do what I like to do.
Exactly. And that's even in event planning. It's like, I'm not a caterer. I'm not a musician. Right. I don't own a facility.
I'm a wedding planner.
Right. Yeah. I'm not going to run your AV. You don't want me to.
Right.
But I will get you there and get you organized and make money for you. And that's what I can do. Anyway, I think you probably answered this in your last answer, but What's the most rewarding part about having your own business?
Oh, I definitely did not probably, well, a little bit. Flexibility and freedom is
Hmm.
huge for me. I know if, my mother's having a birthday and we want to go for, a picnic, whatever, I've got the flexibility to not only be off that day, but be off as long as I need, and make up the work another time. So
Hmm.
for me, that's huge. That kind of
Hmm.
flexibility.
I think you're right though, but I think too with COVID, it kind of gave us all that little bit of flexibility. And I remember so many people going, now I know why you work from home. It's like, that's right. And I can go throw a load of laundry in. But it also takes a special person because then you can
Yes.
go, oh, wait, and the dishes need done. And oh, let me go cut the
Yes.
grass. And oh, da 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 da. So you still have to stay focused, which I think we're good at that.
We are. There are days, though,
Hmm.
if Miko needs petting, then, he needs petting. But
Hmm.
I also have an office. So if I need to go and just be in
Hmm.
place, I actually have 3 offices, one downstairs in my house, one upstairs at my house, and one in an actual office because I need change of scenery too. When you're on a
Hmm.
computer all day, I don't want to stare at the wall. I don't,
Right.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah, true.
I do have flexibility and I can grab my laptop and go to any coffee shop and still be working.
Hmm.
So I love that flexibility too.
Yeah, Dana works that way a lot
It's
too.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
lovely Dana's off camera today with us, but she's filming and making us look good in the end. So that's good. Um, I think what's the biggest lesson you've learned from having your own business
I
versus
was
working for others?
right. I was pre-warned with this one, and I think it was great that people had me ready. And it's that not every client is your client, and that's totally fine.
Hmm.
If you work for someone else, you're going to work with whomever they tell you you're going to work with,
Oh,
and there
yeah.
is no flexibility. And sometimes it really is a personality thing.
Hmm.
And I love having the freedom to meet with people and decide. They get to decide who they work with. I
Hmm.
also get to decide if I work with them.
Hmm.
So for me, it's an interview process that works both ways.
Right.
We have to have the same vibe, the same goals. They have to. I mean, I need buy-in, right?
Hmm.
Social media is not something where I can tell you, here's your ROI. So either they're going to understand this is a process and how it works, or they won't. And if they don't and they don't believe in it, it's not my client.
Right.
Let somebody else wrestle with that. I want the people that are there for, yes, we understand what you do. I understand I don't have time to do it. I trust you. Go forth and market.
Right.
So-
And I think that's so true. And there's so many people that say, oh, yeah, I'm into marketing, but they want you to do their job for them,
Right.
hand them everything, and then maybe hand it off to someone else, and they still don't capture who you are. And I think you're really good at that. But the other thing, too, is it's your reputation. I
For
have
sure.
run into that, too. And I have vendors. So I don't want to bring a vendor into an event or a process that the client is going to be miserable to work with, or telling them what to do and how to do their job. I love to work with people that you're the expert, you tell
Sure.
me. And so I completely agree with that answer. So
And we've met the problem children.
oh yeah.
And I will often refer them out, but I refer them with the caveat of, hey, just so you know,
Right.
this person's probably going to need some hand holding.
Mhm.
So I prepare even the person that I'm handing off the referral
Yes.
to that, and they may not have the same experience. Their personality's different.
And they
It may be
mesh
totally
better.
different, but
Mhm.
from my perspective, this is how it went. If you are interested, please
Mhm.
feel free.
I completely agree with that. And that's the thing too, but you kind of hate to do that if it's someone that is going to try to
For sure.
micromanage them. But again, maybe they like that. So
Right.
it's good for that too. Um, so what tips do you have for us with balancing work from home, family? You have a great guy, you have a son, you have your cat, you have your mom who you spend a lot of time with, and a
And my
million
aunt.
girlfriends, and you have all these hobbies and festivals and music concerts and things you like to go to. How do you determine how to handle all that?
So quit looking for work-life balance. There is no such thing. If you just take that off the table, you'll be fine. But for me, I have made it a point now to do a weekly check-in just with me.
Mm-hmm.
I sit, what's working, what's not working, what needs more attention, where am I dropping the ball, what is already handled, and just sit down and be real with myself and go, okay, this was a fun trip that you had, and now you need to hustle it up and be working, 50 hours this week because you did all of that. So just checking in with yourself to see, how am I feeling? Because it matters.
Mm-hmm.
But what am I doing well? What's lacking? Do I need to reach out to someone for help? Which is never easy for me because we like to think we can do it all.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that sometimes delegating and asking for help is the smartest thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think just keeping a mindful look at how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, where I'm going, and what's getting me there.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's so important. And I feel like I'm not working in another state anymore. I'm not working as much as I was, but since we moved back to the area and I'm semi-retired, we sit and we have coffee and talk and chit chat. But my favorite thing to do in the morning is that, like, just take my alone time with my coffee, my journals, my devotions, those kind of things, and then I of course have my planner and what do I need to get done this week, and just have that time. And I was just saying to John, I need to get back into doing that on a regular basis.
For
I
sure.
can't sit. Either that, or I need to get up at 5 so we can do this, because he's a night owl and an early bird. So we can do that for a couple hours, but I can still have a half hour to an hour for myself, and then I feel like, okay, now I can get through the day. I can't do that if it's 11 in the morning already. So
Right.
trying
The
to
day's
find
here.
that balance too. But those are the things that are important to me. And I think everybody needs to figure that out. Like, take that time at least. And some people, it's the end of the day. Not for me. By then, I'm reading a book because that's all my brain can handle at that point.
I get that
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's so important to take that time for yourself and check in, like you said. But you got to have fun too.
Yes.
So, like you said, the weeks that you're out running around doing fun things all the time, what needs done. So it'll
Sure.
get done eventually. So, what else do you want to do this year? What's your goals?
Okay, so it's funny we just talked about, but my goal is I have a really solid evening routine.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have a solid morning routine. So I want to put one in place and do exactly what you just spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of my goals. My other goal, we're actually doing at this moment, and that is, intentional partnerships,
Mhm.
whether it be workshops, online events, in-person networking events, somebody that I can work with that we want to be in front of the same audience, but we
Mhm.
don't compete with one another.
Yes.
So I have been kind of in a silo, or I've been doing stuff specifically for Clio. I really want to be intentional about doing that for Glitter Girl Media.
Okay, well, that's great. So speaking of, Heather is our guest speaker at our next quarterly workshop in Akron, and it's May 20th, and she's going to tell us the best ways to use social media without spending all our life trying to figure it out, that will get the best results too. So I'm super excited about that.
I'm excited too. It's fun
yeah.
to talk to people that don't do it for a living,
Mm-hmm.
but know that they have to do it, whether it be personally, professionally, and talk about, you really do have interesting things to post.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that and make it as easy as possible. Nobody got into business unless they do social media to do social media,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of the cost of doing business. So how do we make it at least palatable, what you can do for yourself before you decide, you know what, I'm at a place where I can have someone else do it. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, we have 12 of the 20 slots filled, counting
nice.
us. So, yep.
Sign up.
Really, yeah, which is great, because normally it's the week before and people are like, oh, yeah, I can do that. So we're still over a month out, and I'm excited.
I get it. That's awesome.
Because what you're talking about is so valuable, especially to people like me who don't know all those things. And I'm always interested in the speakers that we have come to those and talk about their area of expertise, because again, I don't know. And most of the people that come and talk, I don't know what they know. So,
but you know them, and that's all you need to know.
Yep.
You just put them out there
Yep.
and you just look like a pro because you know exactly what they do.
Well, and speaking of Clio, so maybe tell us a little bit more about that and why you decided to start that.
So you kind of addressed it earlier. There was a group that was around years and years ago that so many of us met through, and it kind of, I won't say it fell by the wayside, but it kind of changed and the direction changed, and that's fine. Organizations make changes and they evolve, and that's great, but we all kind of missed it. And we'd been talking about, should we do a reunion? And I'm like, what does a reunion do? And I actually worked with a lady named Jo Bethay, who was my mentor. She is fabulous. And 3 years ago, Memorial Day weekend, she passed away.
Oh.
So when Jo passed, my first thought was, I miss her and I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up the phone, called a couple of girlfriends and said, hey, why don't we just start one?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, if you're in, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 phone calls later, Clio was born. We decided to have a kickoff coffee to introduce women to it. And we thought, if we can get 25 awesome women in the room, we'll have it made. We sold 125 tickets in 3 days.
That's amazing.
And it was
how many
fabulous.
members do you have now?
So my goal was 100 by the end of the first year. We're actually at 170 now, and we've maintained that for years. So my goal now is 200.
Mm-hmm.
My ultimate goal is 500.
That's
so
great.
They are fantastic. These are women in every stage of their career. Mm-hmm. So from very beginning, we have ladies who are just graduating college to those who are on the horizon of retiring.
So I think what I like about Clio, and I'm a member, is that you have opportunities all over town. It's not just like you have to go to the west side and
Right.
talk to the same people every single time. You can go, north, south, east, west, downtown, wherever, and you're always with different people.
For
I
sure.
mean, you sure you run into the same people sometimes, but you get a different perspective. And I love that there's always kind of a question of the event that people just throw out their ideas. And so I gain so much knowledge. And I just love hearing people's knowledge, their experience, their life stories. So I'm always just tell me more with those kind of things. So that's what I love about Clio.
That's awesome.
I am not a Chamber of Commerce member because, again, you kind of get in that silo with the same people. And granted, some of them have, 100, 200, 500 members. So you might meet different people, but it's just like anything. It's like volunteer organizations. You have all these members, but you see the same 20 people everywhere
Right.
you go.
Frequent flyers, right?
Yes.
I'm one of them usually.
Mhm.
So I tell people if you come to a Clio event, you're going to know at least one person because
Mhm.
it's me, and I introduce myself to new members as they come on board. But like you said, we're all over. So we have
Mhm.
a minimum of 6 networking opportunities each month. And they are in several different counties. We actually have members from 11 counties in Northeast Ohio. So we have Clio on the go breakfasts and luncheons. We have one in Akron, one in Cuyahoga Falls. Those are our Summit County locations. We've got Canton, which is in Stark. We have Kent, which is in Portage. We have Wadsworth, which is in Medina County. And then we have Solon, which is Cuyahoga County as well. So they come from all over. But like you say, we have a handful of frequent flyers that are just networking, aficionados, and they're great because they help introduce you. But we have different people at every event too. So you're never going to go to an event and probably know everyone there.
Right. And I love your quarterly where you have a big speaker where it's pretty much everybody, but you put people at tables when you assign tables that don't know each other, because that's the other problem. You go to these things and you just gravitate towards who you know.
Sure.
And a lot of times you don't get to meet anybody new.
Right.
And that's the biggest reason I go to these things is I want to meet new people. I want to know what people are doing. And then again, you can then refer them to other people you connect with. So,
well, and we all have time ahead of time to network with all the people we know. And I say hi and move to meeting people that you don't know. And another issue is I don't want to sit at a table with 7 people from the same company.
Right.
They all tend to come and sit together. Like, you guys work together all day.
Yeah.
They get split up unless somebody brings a guest. If you bring a guest and you let me know, we try and make sure you're seated together because everybody gets nervous. But people have never, our members have never met a stranger. We actually have ambassadors that greet you as you are a new member at a quarterly that will show you where the restrooms are. Where do I get a drink? Where's my table? Answer any questions that you have. So we want every woman to feel 100% comfortable coming in because we've all been to stuff where we don't know people. Right. And it can be intimidating. And I am an extrovert and it's still intimidating. So I can imagine those poor introverts that are trying to network that just are scared deer in headlights. You can see them when they come in.
Yes.
But I always tell people, if you don't know what you're doing when you're networking, look for somebody wearing bright colors because they will talk to you. They're an extrovert. So
oh, that's a good point. Really good
big
point.
Jewelry. Yep. They're going to talk to you.
Well, and I listened to this somewhere along the way. Maybe it was one of your networking things that was when you walk in, are people looking the other way because they know you're going to be one of those people that only talks about yourself?
Oh,
or
goodness.
Are they running towards you because they know you're going to help them meet new people?
Sure.
And they do want to know what you're doing, but you're not going to talk their ear off for 2 hours. So it's funny when I walk into a networking thing, I kind of look at the room and see who's doing that.
Sure. Right.
And I'll be the first one to like, oh no, there's a person who's talking for 5 minutes and I'm
right.
like, oh, let me go over here and meet someone else.
Sure.
So,
sure.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend who said that her whole networking plan for her first year was to stand to my left because she knew I would say, oh, so-and-so, have you met? And it was very easy for me to introduce her. And she said, so for the first year, I was nervous. I just stood to your left. And I'm like, that's great. It gave me something to say.
Right. The other point I love too is when we do seating charts and people are like, but I want to sit with this one and I don't know that one. And I'm like, you're sitting at a table for an hour. Make a new friend.
Right. We did have, we had people that were nervous about it. And I will tell you, my mother, who's an introvert, was one of those. And I said, but this is why you're here. You came to this to network, not to sit with your friends. We can have lunch with our friends whenever we want. This is to help you grow your business. And you can't grow your business without getting outside of your circle.
And everyone goes to your mother because she's so sweet.
She's wonderful. And she's like, please sit me at a table with somebody who's good. I'm like, okay, well, point out the ones you don't think are good. She goes, there are none. I said, I know. So she's great. And she gives the best hugs. So if you see my mother at an event, make sure you get in the Denise loop and she'll give you a hug.
Yes, she will. So tell me a little bit about the scholarship fund that you also have for Clio with the young women in business.
Yes. So we have a Clio Young Women in Workforce Scholarship that we started. We're still collecting funds. We have not dispersed them yet. We want to get to $10,000 in our account. I think this year we're going to hit it. But it is for young ladies who are graduating but not going the college route. I didn't go to college there. I have a soft spot in my heart for that. We're looking for young ladies that are either going directly into the workforce and need funds for, could be supplies. They're going into cosmetology, need all of their supplies for that. Or they're going into the trades. So steel-toed boots, safety glasses, things like that. And so we will be contacting the area schools to find out who those young ladies are and invite them to apply for a scholarship.
That's great. In our workshop in May, we're going to take part of the proceeds from that and go to the scholarship. Tell us something people would be surprised to learn about you.
So I'm going to tell you exactly the opposite of what I just told you, is that I'm an introverted extrovert. Before I know you, I tend to be kind of shy, and I will approach you, but I still will be timid and shy. But once we know each other, the gloves are off. Like, that's it. I'll be texting you at 10 p.m. Sorry, you don't have to answer me. But yeah, at first I'm a little, are they going to like me? I'm that gal. I'm a people pleaser. So I think people would find that if they know me at all, that's a little bit shocking.
Yeah, I think that's true. And it's funny because when John and I started dating, he's like, "You're such an extrovert. You're always busy. You're always out and about at things." And I said, "But that's my job too."
Right.
And I said, "But my favorite thing is to be completely alone in silence. I don't have to have any devices on. I'd rather just be sitting there, maybe even in a bubble bath with a book that I'm holding, not reading on something, and nobody I have to talk to." I said, "So does that make me really an extrovert, or is that just because I've been too much of that and I need this?"
Well, and sometimes we get energized by people, and sometimes that introvert part gets energized by silence. And I think that's okay to have a mix. Sometimes you just need to decompress and not people. I'll see friends and I'm like, "Oh, today's not a people-y day. I just need to kind of back off. I'm here and I'm going to be functional, but you're not going to see me with any big flourish. I'm just kind of going to do my thing."
That's true. Tell us first off, how do we get in touch with you, whether for Glitter Girl Media or Clio? If you're interested in either of those, is there an email or a website you'd like people to go to?
For sure. You can always email me at heather@glittergirlmedia.com or heather@growwithclio.com. We have socials for both of those. You can find us all over social media. Or I have a Calendly link that if you contact me through any one of those methods, I can send you, and you can schedule a virtual coffee. You can schedule a free 30-minute marketing strategy session and just connect via Zoom. You don't even have to leave your house.
Great.
And I won't even judge if you're in your pajamas.
Oh, I know. I got so lazy with Zoom because I used to have to be all fixed up. And I'm like, I know these people or whatever. They all look like this too. So yeah, I'm just going to be me and get things done. But
for sure,
it is such a great use of time.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, good. Anything else you want to tell us that we didn't cover?
No, I just want to thank you both. This is a wonderful program. I want to thank you for helping me start my business. And I'm going to say hi to Pete. Hi, Pete.
Pete is always in our podcast.
Well, I'm a cat mom, so
yes.
I'm thrilled to get the visit.
He's a sweet kitty. Pete, you're in the way though.
Yeah, I'll walk down here. I see something
fun. No, don't drink my water.
And want to thank you for having me as your guest speaker in May. I'm looking forward to it at the Akron Women's City Club.
Yes, which
fabulous
is
venue,
historic building.
Yes, over 100 years old, right in downtown Akron. And if you don't know about it, you probably don't know about it. But it's a beautiful venue.
It certainly is, and I'm so excited to be there. And I'm actually going to join.
Oh, good!
Because I just love it, and there's so much that we could do there.
Yes,
that I want to support. That I love history. I love the history in Akron. And I've been a member of Stan Hewitt Hall and Gardens since we moved here in 1993, because these old places, I would much rather support them than see them demolished.
For sure.
There's just too much history to have it go by the wayside. So
oh yeah,
I'm excited to always learn about new places and new things. Come here, Pete, you're in the way. But anyway, thank you so much. You are just an amazing friend and person, and we really appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you, everybody, for listening. Keep tuning in. Like us, subscribe to us, share us. We would really appreciate it. And until next time, see you later.